Hey y'all, and welcome to Monter's Market. I have been MIA and just wanted to start this video out by saying thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting me. I and my family have COVID, and up until today I've been too sick to do anything. But before we got sick, I had went to 15 different Dollar Trees in my area to do a massive Dollar Tree haul. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I will not be showing my face. You really don't want to see what this face looks like right now. But I do want to show you some of the things that I got. A few of these things I've been looking for forever and couldn't find. And some other things, like the very first couple of things I'm going to show you, are new, and I'm super excited to get right into it and show you what's going on. Now, these are what I'm talking about. These new containers, storage containers, are absolutely gorgeous. Now, I got the coral sort of colors, but they had some of the most beautiful blues and pinks and yellows and cream. This just happens to match my decor a little bit better, but look at this. Look at the die cut storage containers here. The detail is amazing, and this is a really sturdy little box or bucket. I'm not sure what you even want to call it, but I ended up getting like 4 or 5 of those because I fell in love with the design. This is another pretty good size basket. I bought a few of those, and again, the quality is super good. Now, these are humongous. I keep a lot of my florals in some of these buckets, and they are really, really big, but they're not quite as strong as I would hope for them to be. They are sort of flimsy, but once you fill them up with like a ton of different greenery picks and sticks and things like that, it's really good. But I mean, look at that. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to go back for sure and get me some more of these, but at the time I had probably went to about 13 stores at this point and didn't have any more room in my car to put anything else. So I had to stop there, and that's just another shot at these buckets. And like I said, those are pretty big. I would say maybe 2.5 gallons. If you would have, like try to pour water in it, it would probably hold about 2.5, 3 gallons. They're pretty big. And if you're a Dollar Tree fanatic like me, then you've already seen them, I'm sure. But once I feel better and get out there and get in my craft room, we're going to be completely reorganizing everything. And my husband's building me some shelves, and I wanted to be able to set some things out in these baskets and make it just look really pretty. Now, I know that a lot of you are moving on from the Valentine's Day stuff, but they had several of these heart ornaments. Some had the arrows, some had sayings on them, some had really pretty like die cut images in them, and then these are just little chunky, I don't know what they're actually called, but you can get this in a square and a diamond and a heart and a circle and several different other shapes. But I just grabbed a couple of the hearts. But they're just kind of these little thick, chunky things. Now, these are my absolute favorite new thing that I have found. They had probably 30 different packages of these. So these are the only ones that I bought that day. But I'm definitely going back, and I'm definitely getting me some more of these little die cut. I don't even know what they're for. They're just little ornamental pieces, but they are beautiful. I mean, look at the detail. And there's like, I think 9 in each pack. So it's a really, really good deal for $1. But just look at the detail. I mean, it is gorgeous. And they had like everything you could imagine. I love these little ladybugs. Those were, I think, probably one of my favorite packs. But these are brand new. I've never seen these before and absolutely fell in love with them. And then these little signs right here, I imagine myself popping off the welcome and the blessed and doing something else with the background, and maybe even painting the frame itself and just repurposing those into something else. I finally found the wood glue. I have not been able to find the Crafter Square wood glue until this particular trip. Now, this was the only one I found, and I actually found it way like in another part of the store where it didn't even belong. So thankfully for me, somebody kind of dropped it. But I found those were so adorable to me, these little gnome coloring things. Now, I wouldn't be using the little markers with it, but those little markers aren't actually that bad. My granddaughter loves to do crafts with me, and I've bought her some things with those little markers in them before, and they're not really bad little markers. I found this little love sign when I was doing my Valentine's Day decor. I couldn't find this daggum sign, and when I was in there a couple weeks ago, I found this little love sign, so I went ahead and got it. I don't know if I'll use it this year or next year, but this was kind of cool because it actually had the hanger on the back of it already there, and it had those little hooks, one on each end, with the twine to hang it up with if you wanted to continue to hang it up. So I thought that was pretty cool, because usually it's just the wood, saying. That's actually not wood, that's that pressed board. Now these I loved. I found about 3 or 4 different kind, like with the star. One of it had just like a almost like a chicken wire top, and then the other one to the right there is it's just a plain circle, but it has a chain on it. And that's just a little bit of the glassware that I'm going to be showing you that I found. But I fell in love with those little mason jar lid toppers. They are so cute. I ended up buying a few. I'm not sure why I don't have them pictured right here, but there's the star. And if you look at the top left of that packaging, you can see what you're supposed to do with that. And sure enough, I put it on one of the mason jars, and it screwed right on just like a regular lid, and it was a really good fit. And then this one here, same thing, just a hanging lid. And then I don't believe I pictured the one that had like the little grate topping, or maybe chicken wire topping. I'm not sure what you would call it, but it just had like these little squares cut out of it. And these little mason jars, I found they are so stinking cute. They're not too big, they're not too small, and they go perfect with those little toppers that I was just showing you. And you just literally unscrew the lid off of the mason jar and pop the little top off and put those on there, and look how cute they are. I mean, it transforms them immediately into these little like farmhouse looking jars. And you can see my Christmas stuff was still up in the background right there. We didn't end up doing our Christmas with our kids till like almost late January, so that's why a lot of that was still up when I was filming this. But there they are. I mean, they're so cute. And like I said, there were several different ones to choose from, but I only got a couple because, again, by the time I found these, my car was pretty packed and I had already spent a little bit more than I wanted to. But look at that. How cute is that?
What if seeing Charlie?
And that one I had not even screwed on to the top yet, but I forgot I hadn't screwed it on yet. So that was my bad. Now these right here, I found in a pink, this green, a purple, a yellow, and I fell in love with these little jars. I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. And the little votive holders to match. And I almost got one of each color. But again, I don't have anywhere to put it. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. But I thought those were just absolutely adorable. And those would actually match my kitchen. So I went ahead and grabbed the ones that you see right there. I just love, love, love the green tint that this has to it. And the detail of this little votive cup is just, it's just too stinking cute. And like I said, they had pink and purple and blue and yellow and green, clear. Oh gosh, they just had so many different colors. But I settled for just a couple. And when the light hits the top of those little round stoppers, it's just like a little globe. What do you call those dancing globes? You know, like you hang up and it spins in the night. And just, I wish I would have gotten a better picture where the sunlight was hitting it. It just looks like a rainbow just bouncing out of it. It's really, really, really cute. So anyway, that is what I got in this little set here. And then this I thought was just too stinking cute. It looks like an old moonshine bottle to me. They're not very big, but when you're going for a farmhouse look, this is so diverse with the different things that you could do as far as the ways that you could paint it. I mean, it would just be a ton of different ways. This is just a simple little soap dish that I thought was cute. You could put jewelry on it. You could put soap on it. You could use your Cricut or even just a black Sharpie if you've got a really good handwriting and write something on it. Now, these right here, I found at the Dollar Tree for $1. All of this is Dollar Tree stuff except for a few little things at the end. For $1, there is a lady on Marketplace selling these for $12 a piece right now. So I think she's banking on a lot of people that don't go into the Dollar Tree seeing these and buying them. But aren't they adorable? They're not very big, but they are so stinking cute. And if you're having a big dinner, it's perfect to just get a little Sharpie and write on there what each little dish is. And they are just adorable. This is one of my favorite glass vases that Dollar Tree has. This is my go-to for almost everything I do. It's pretty big, and I don't know what about it makes it my favorite, but it's the one that I generally end up using for my different flower arrangements. Now, this little love box right here was so cute. I was going to repurpose it and paint it, but have not got a chance to do that yet. But I just wanted you to see this little box and how much it holds. Now, these flowers right here, like I said, I'm redoing my kitchen, and all of the white ones are going to be going into my kitchen at some point over the next couple of weeks. But I went ahead and just threw everything in the box for a couple of reasons. One, to show you how pretty they are just thrown together, and two, because I didn't have anywhere else to put them. But look how pretty. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason to the way I put these in the box. I just kind of gathered them all up in one group, you know, like from the different stores that I went to, and just threw it in there. Now, this little glass thing right here, you have been able to find these at the Dollar Tree for years and years. And they are so incredibly diverse. You can use these for tier trays. You can use for candlesticks. You can use them for all kind of stuff. This is just a little candle holder plate right here. And I want to show you what I did with this. Now, I simply set it on top of it for the picture. I did not glue it down. But if you take that little candlestick and this little candle plate, I think is what it's called. Look at that, how cute that little riser is. I mean, it's just so stinking adorable. Like I said, that's not an actual anything that I've glued together, but look how pretty that is. I mean, that's really, really, you could make it super, super high end, or you could paint it and bring it down, you know, farmhouse looking. you could do the bottom one color, the top another color. Like, there's so many things that you could do with this. So I ended up taking the little votive cup, and oh, I love this too. I thought the votive cup on top of that was next. But yeah, this was so stinking cute. And I'm definitely going to be repurposing this and painting it to go in my new kitchen. It's going to go perfect in my new kitchen. And there it is right there. So I just threw a few of those little flowers on top of, or, you know, put them in that little votive holder and put it on top of that. And how cute is that? I mean, you're talking 2 seconds to just throw all that together, and that would even make a pretty centerpiece for some kind of a shower or a birthday party or even a wedding if you know, did the right combinations of colors and things. And it's just for a couple of dollars, but I thought that was really, really pretty the way that turned out. Amaranthus, I don't even know how to say that, but that's what those white flowers were in there. Amaranthus, I think is how you say that. Who knows? I'm not a flower person anyway, but I'm showing you this picture to show you what was just in that other. Now this lemongrass, I mean not lemongrass, but onion grass, I found finally at the Dollar Tree. I've looked and looked and looked for this onion grass and haven't been able to find it anywhere. And I finally found 2 stalks today. So I'm hoping with spring coming out that they'll start coming out with more lemons. Y'all, I love yellow. I always say that my favorite color is purple, but I always go for yellow stuff. So I guess I could say my favorite color is yellow and purple. But I found this one glass at the Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know if this was something that they were just starting to pull out or if it's something that was left over from last year. But I am really, really, really hoping that lemons come back again this spring and that this is something that they are about to restock, because I want to, for the Easter holiday, I want to decorate a lot with lemons. So as soon as they came out at the Dollar Tree, I snatched me up a ton of those little fake lemons. This I found at my local Dollar Tree, and I thought it was just adorable little infinity scarf. And I ended up using it in one of my Valentine's DIYs that I done with a stack of books. So you'll have to go back and watch that. But look how cute that is. I mean, I really, for a Dollar Tree scarf, thought that was just adorable. Look at it. It's so stinking pretty. I may even try to go back and find me one to wear for Valentine's Day. That was just me playing around, messing around with a few different stalks of the different flowers and stuff, and using that, tying it in a bow with that. I believe that was the glass vase that I showed you a minute ago, but that was just me playing around, kind of seeing what I could do with a few different things, put them together. Like I said, I'm not at all any kind of florist, but it's so easy to decorate with these flowers that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Just grab up a bunch of them and voila, stick them down in a vase and there you go. But I wanted to show you these, and the quality I thought was just beautiful. I mean, it looks like something you would get from Hobby Lobby or, you know, one of the bigger stores. Definitely not something you would think you could get from Dollar Tree. Now, this right here is my new best friend. I got this in the Crafter Square and absolutely love it. Now, I did use E6000 to glue mine together because I wanted it to stay together. When I popped it together with the, you know, just like popping it together without any glue, it really actually held up pretty good. But I am rough with my stuff, and I tend to snatch it up when I'm in a hurry and move it or whatever. but it holds a lot of stuff. Now this twine right here, I have never seen this twine at my Dollar Tree before. The twine that I usually get is the 3 rolls that you can get in the automotive section, but this twine right here, number 1, there is a whole lot more in this roll, and 2, it's really super soft, and it doesn't have a lot of the strings poking out everywhere like the other twine. So I was tickled to find this. It was the only roll I could find, and I'm hoping I can find more. Now these I use for a little bit of everything. You can use these putting your bows together instead of hot glue. They work wonders when you're putting bows together, or if you are doing shelving and putting shelving together, they work great. I found this little chippy brush in the Crafter Square, and I'd never seen this before. So I grabbed, I want to say 1 or 2 of them, because it looks like it would come in really, really handy when you're doing distressing with some different things. Now, I grabbed a ton of this, but what was so funny was when I got home, some of them were 9.5 feet, some of them were only 7 feet, and I had a few of them that were like 11 feet long. Same rope, same Dollar Tree. I just grabbed up a few of them, but it was weird how I found different measurements of it. And this was just a real cute little ribbon, a little burlap ribbon that you can kind of get all the time, that I wanted to use in a project that I'm going to be doing soon. So I just grabbed that up. I think it's really, really cute. I finally found some wood glue at the Dollar Tree. Now, I usually get my wood glue from Home Depot, the Gorilla Wood Glue, but everybody's been raving about this, and I finally found a bottle again. Like with a couple of other things, I found it just thrown in a section where it didn't normally go. Now, these little lights right here, you can find these lights during every holiday, but they usually have some little something on the end of them. This is the first time I've ever found these little lights, just a plain little fairy lights. So that was another one and done that I found. Now this is by the company Super Glue, so it's a brand name, double-sided tape. I have not got a chance to use it yet, but as soon as I use it and see how it does, I'll definitely get back to you and let you know if it's worth the money or not. But, you know, I mean, it's the Super Glue brand. Now, this craft paper right here, I buy every single time I go in the grocery store, Lord have mercy, the Dollar Tree. I use it for a ton of different stuff. You can use it for putting on the back of your signs to give it a super nice finished look. You can use it for wrapping presents, believe it or not. You put the right bow with it and it makes a gorgeous present. But mainly I use it for protecting my tables that I'm crafting on. I just open it up and cut some off and lay it out, and that's what I do my painting and stuff on top of. So that's something that you can get year round. Now these little frames right here, I thought were so cute. The lighter color frames, I'm definitely going to be doing something with them, but I'm also going to be pairing them with the 2 that you see on the top right. So look for those. I don't want to say in my next video, but coming up within one of the next couple of videos that I'm going to be doing. I thought they would really, really go cute together once I got my my project that I have in my mind. But that right there is just painted on. I thought it was something that you could pull out like a little card, but it's not. Now you could make a little card and stick it down in there. There's plenty of room in between there to stick something down in there. Y'all, look at these. These are things that you wrap around your cat or your dog's neck. But look at the print. Oh my God. I was like so stoked when I found these. Can you imagine the different things that you can do with these? Now I'm going to have a lot of the black and white check in my new kitchen. Well, it's not a new kitchen, but I'm newly redoing it, like I mentioned. And I'm going to be doing quite a bit of the black and white buffalo check in there. So I was tickled to death to find these. It's not going on my cat. I'm definitely going to be DIYing with these, but they have the really large ones here and the smaller ones, like I showed a minute ago. So I grabbed up as many as I could find in these patterns because I'm definitely going to be using those for some DIYs. Now, these I've heard a lot of people say grab these up. So I finally grabbed some, have not used them yet because of being so sick, but I'll let you know whenever I do get a chance to use them how well they work. And you see they come in a variety of colors. I have looked and looked for me some snippers, haven't been able to find them, and then I found these in the floral section. Now, I've been looking for something to cut my floral stems with in the automotive section. Duh. I mean, come on, Brenda, get it together. These right here, guys, are huge. I am going to make some shelves out of these. And I've never seen these in mine. I've seen you guys do other things with them, but I've never been able to find them. And I finally found some at no, it wasn't at mine. It was one of the other ones that I went to. Now, there's that other twine right there in the middle of that grouping right there. That stuff is like so stringy and so messy. And that other big fat roll of twine that I got is super smooth, not even in the same ballpark with this. So I'm excited to use the other twine. I needed me some new paintbrushes, so I just grabbed me a few new paintbrushes and put them down in my new paintbrush holder that I showed you a few minutes ago. And this is just going through the Crafter Square, some of the things that I bought. Again, there's the jute twine upside down. I didn't realize I hadn't flipped that picture. Sorry. But anyway, that stuff right there is even smoother than the one that you can get in the roll that has 3 rolls in it. So I did grab some of that since I was only able to find one of the other rolls. This I've been meaning to buy forever, and I forget every time I'm in there, and I finally remembered to buy it this time because I'm always just like opening my paint and pouring it on top of my table. Well, the brown paper that's on my table. So I finally found one and grabbed it. Now these, I probably have 50 packs of these. Every time I go into Dollar Tree, if they have them, I'll buy me some more because I go through these things like crazy doing my woodwork pieces that I stencil. I mean, I go through a ton of them. I found these little heart-shaped chalkboard tags and fell in love with them. I actually found a ton of different designs. There were hearts and circles and squares. There were rectangles. These little things right here, I don't even know what that would be called, but we really got a big shipment in of these. Now, those look paper, but they're not. They're actually made out of wood. I thought they were like some of the other ones. Now, look at this. How cute is this? This, you just take a frame and you put it with it. It has the rope and the little, what are those things called? Hangers, pinchers. Oh, Lord, Brenda, what are they called? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, these right here, these finger protectors, I did use in my other video. Y'all, I can't do it. I'm so claustrophobic, I cannot stand anything on my hands or my feet. Like, I don't wear closed-in shoes. I think that's why God let me be born and raised in Florida, because I can't do it. Now, look at these wood pieces. I did find a pumpkin just kind of strayed, thrown in a glass section in one of the Dollar Trees that I went in. So I did grab that because I'll do a lot of that when the fall comes. But look how, and these are pretty big size too. And there's some more of those little chunky pieces. These are really, really good to go on the end of the, what are those things called where you take the little wooden balls and you make like a rope and you hang something on the end of it. What are they called? Comment down below and tell me what they're called. I'll probably remember by the time I post this, but anyway, I bought several of these. There's some heart-shaped ones, the round ones. They had a bunch of different shapes this time whenever I went in. I even got a diamond, one that was shaped like a diamond. These little signs could be used for so many projects. So many projects. So I grabbed up a couple of them. Can't wait to use them. I've already got in mind what I want to do with the one on the left. So I really, 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 really thought this was adorable. I work a lot with epoxy. So what I want to do with these pieces right here that are made out of this compressed cardboard is epoxy them. And I want to use some alcohol inks and some mica powders and stuff and just kind of see what I can create with these. They're kind of thick too. I wish I would have shown you how thick it is. It's not flimsy at all. You know, some of those wood pieces that you get from the Dollar Tree are super thin and flimsy. But these they're made out of cardboard, but they're pretty thick. So I was excited to find these, and I can't wait to DIY these. Super excited about those. Let's see what's coming up next. Oh my gosh, guys, these things are huge. Huge. And they're made out of like a really super thick canvas, I think is what it's like. Sort of like a canvas. I bought several of these. And I also bought some of the foam board. And what I'm going to do is measure out the bottom, because it does have a wire around the top, but it does not have wire anywhere else. And it stands up. I mean, you see, there's nothing holding it up right there. And it's standing up really, really good on its own. But I want to take some of that foam board and cut it to go down in the bottom. Now, this is the first time that I have seen this iridescent tree at my Dollar Tree. Back at Christmas time, everybody was DIYing these iridescent ones, and I never could find one. I found the green ones all day long, but I could never find one of the iridescent ones, and I did. Now that they're coming out with some of the Easter stuff, I was super, super excited to grab me one of those up. And they only had one. Again, that was a one and done kind of thing. So these are just some of the things that I found for Easter. I will be doing a ton of Easter stuff. Now, I wasn't going to grab these, but my granddaughter Macy fell in love with these. So I did grab a few of these. And when we do our Easter party this year, the grandkids are going to be decorating these. And she's going to kind of head up that little crafting section. But that's what it's supposed to look like if you do it their way once it's done. And I mean, it's cute. It's going to be cute. I'm not sure what Macy has in mind for the kids to do, but she has her creative bone that she got from me. And I mean, she does some really, really cute stuff. And it comes with everything in this package that you need to make those little things. And I think the kids will have a blast whenever they go to put them together. They're already pre-cut. They're put together. They're still like in a square piece of paper, but they are etched where all you got to do is just grab them and pull it apart. These little moss bunnies can go in so many things. I cannot wait to put some of these on my tier tray. I can even see those going really cute with the lemons. Now these right here, Hurst is the last name of one of my daughters, and Poole is the other. And then M for my Macy girl, of course. So we are going to be DIYing these when she comes over, hopefully this coming up week, not this coming up weekend, but next weekend. I want to make sure I'm 100% better when she comes, because Lord have mercy, I would die if that child got sick. This was another set of the moss bunnies that is a little different than the other ones that I just showed you. Now, you cannot have Easter without peeps. And I bought that pack specifically to eat that day. I was so happy to see these peeps when I was in that store. I grabbed me some up. I don't know why blue has always been my favorite, but blue and purple are my favorite. They all taste the same. And these little things right here, oh my God. I love me some chocolate covered pretzels. And for $1, there was a lot in this package. Like, I was shocked at how many was actually in that package. And they were so stinking good. These little ornaments I fell in love with. They probably have 5 or 6 different cutouts for Easter. I was only able to snag a few of each one, and I have a ton of things that I'm going to be doing with them. But I found these picks. You can get them in the pink for the girl and the blue bow tie for the boys, and I did get one of each. I've got a girl and a boy, and I thought they were so stinking cute, and they're going to look really cute down in some centerpieces that I'm going to be doing. There's another cutout, little chickadee. That thing is so adorable. I mean, I am tickled to death to start doing my Easter stuff. Tickled to death. So I got the chickadee, I got the rabbit, I got these. Now this right here, these little things right here, the same chick that's selling those little things for $12 on Marketplace is selling these exact carrots right here for $15 on Facebook Marketplace. But look at this. I love these little bell things right here. Look at the colors on that. That is so cute. I cannot wait to use this in a DIY. I know exactly what I'm going to do with this too. So I'm super excited to start feeling better and start creating again. And these little eggs right here are so cute. They have small ones. They have big ones. They have little miniature ones. These are the more miniature, small, tiny ones. And I grabbed up some of those to put on my little iridescent tree that you saw. Now we're going to move on over into like the kitchen section. That cake plate right there, I have used a million different ways. But at Christmas time, I paired it with the ceramic candlesticks and made these little tier trays. And I think I sold like 40 or 50 of those. But look at the scallop detail on that. When you put that on a candlestick and you paint it all one color, the options are endless of what you can make with that little cake plate. And they turn out so cute. I'm going to be doing some for Easter soon. So I grabbed up a few of those. And this is the first time I've found these napkin rings at my Dollar Tree. So I was tickled to find the napkin rings. I only found one pack. So hopefully that's something that they're going to be bringing in, and I'll be able to get more, because there are lots and lots of things that I can do with these. I mean, a lot of different things that I can do with these besides use them for a napkin ring. But they are very versatile. Very versatile. So I'm hoping whenever I get better and can go back. Now these little wood picks right here, they're about 4 times as long as a regular toothpick and super fat. But I've never found them with this little bead on the end of it. And I thought they were cute. Yeah, look, I'm trying to show you with my finger how long they are. But I've never, ever, ever found any with those little gold beads on the top of them. And if you wanted to, you could actually take those little beads off and paint them different pastel colors and then put them back down on there. Of course, not letting it touch your food. And then I found these and fell in love with them. This is actually the brand Wilton. So I guarantee you if I went to Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that, I would probably pay $10 for this little set that I got at the Dollar Tree. And look at the colors in there. Isn't that adorable? I mean, those would go so stinking cute on some cupcakes, especially with sprinkles on top. And there's 24 of them in there. And like I said, that's the brand name Wilton, which is, you know, in the cake decorating world is king. So very good quality, very good brand. And look at those vibrant colors. I love, love, love these. So for Easter, I'm definitely going to be making a bunch of cupcakes for my babies and using these. And I cannot wait to show you all of the different things that I'm going to be making for my Easter decorations. I'm so excited. Now, these little easels right here, you can get super tiny ones. You can get them in about 4 or 5 different sizes now. And I use these a lot. I use them for all kinds of things. And I love the black ones. Y'all, I found them. I found the Twine hearts. Can you believe it? I mean, the grapevine hearts. I went to 15. Do you hear me? 15 Dollar Trees before I found some. They had 3 packs and I got all 3 packs. All 3 packs. This right here, this Utterly Smooth, if you are looking for some hand lotion to just throw on your hands after you've been crafting all day, this is it. This stuff is the freaking bomb. It is the best hand lotion that you can ever use. It is thick, it's creamy, but it goes on super smooth. Colgate Icy Blast. I don't even know why I took a picture of this. I use this every single day. I love, 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 love this toothpaste. When I forget it and I'm traveling and can't find a Dollar Tree, I'm paying $4 for this stuff. But you can get it at the Dollar Tree all day for $1. These little bags I found when I found those grapevine hearts. I had found some at mine, but they had a pink heart on them. And I really wanted some with a red heart and could never find any with the red heart. So I just grabbed these up for next year or whatever. Now, these 3 books I have already DIY'd, and I did that in my Valentine video. I want to say the video just before this video. Like I said, I've been so sick with this daggum COVID, I've lost track of what I've done and haven't done. And I'm just so tickled that y'all came back because it's been a minute since I've posted anything. Speaking of coming back, thank you for coming. And if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming back. If you're new, I would love, love, love it if you would subscribe to my channel. This I got in the birthday decorations. You get 3 of these on a strip for $1. And they have like a ton of little squirrely, squiggly thingies in there. So they can go a long way. I've actually wrapped 2 other gifts and had that left over. Now here's these little display easels in the silver. You can get them in silver, gold, and black. And like I said, I love, love, love the black. But I did grab some silver. You can paint them any color you want them. Like literally any color you want, you can paint them. So this is probably like the 3 or 4 inch ones here. And I love them. I use them for all kind of things. They really, really come in handy for a bunch of different things. I bought some gold ones too, but I don't think I are showing any. Now this little $1 measuring tape, let me tell you what. This is a very, very good deal for $1. But let me tell you what I found out. You see the little button? Okay, so you know the little thing that you just see me slide up and down. You know that you pull your measuring tape out, you push that down, and that stops it. Well, see the little button right there on the side? I didn't know that there's 3 different ways you could do that. There's this one on the bottom. Well, if I push it down right, I couldn't get it to work on the bottom. I don't think I was pushing it hard enough. But regardless, the one on the bottom, there it went. That finally worked. This little slide bar on the front, and then the little yellow button on the side. Like, I didn't know you had that many options to keep your measuring tape out when you're measuring something. I always thought it was just the one slide bar that you pull your measuring tape out and you slide it down. Like, that's the only one I've ever known of. But see, that was me using the little button on the bottom. I finally figured it out. I wasn't pushing hard enough. And I never knew that you had that many options of holding your tape in place. And then it's got the little belt clip, of course, and the little thing that goes around your wrist. 15 feet. That is a 15-foot measuring tape for $1. So I just had to show off my newfound discoveries on this measuring tape of the 3 different ways that you can hold your measuring tape out. Y'all probably already knew about that, but it's something that I just discovered. And if you didn't know, then maybe I'm helping you out by you going like, oh my God, I never knew that's what that button was for. This little family thing right here, I'm going to be putting that on a picture that I'm going to be DIYing. And I've never seen that before. And I just fell in love with it. But I thought it was really, really pretty. And it's going to be really, really cute, like farmhousey kind of cute. But I love the details on it. If you're into succulents, like this is the perfect picture to put in your, in with your decor, because each little letter has like little succulents wrapped around it. And again, I had never seen this one in my store, so I grabbed that up because I thought that was pretty cute. I see people using these all the time, and I've never used them before, but they paint them, like they'll put them on something and then they'll paint over the top of them. Like genius. I never would have thought about painting over the top of them, but I went ahead and grabbed me some of those, and I grabbed me some of these little rhinestones. Now these are too pretty to cover up, but I have seen them using these and then painting over the top of them too, to give something a little bit of texture. So I found me a 2021 planner and fell in love with it. I love this sort of marbled look on this little book. And when you open the book, like, I was surprised at all of the stuff that was in there. It had a ton of blank pages for notes. It had like different holidays and things like that. And it's perfect size for my purse. Now, the few pages on the front right here were all stuck together. And I wish I would have opened it up to see that before I bought it, because I ended up ripping the pages, you'll see, when I was trying to pull it apart. But it just had so many different things. It has an actual day planner, like you could put your stuff, and then you have your little 3-month, your month before, the month that you're in, and the month ahead. And like I said, a ton of places for notes in the front and the back. Had a little address book in there. This little book had a lot of different features, and it was really pretty. I love the outside of it. But it also has a 2022 calendar in the back. And again, like I said, just a bunch of different places for notes. And it had like a measuring thing in there for like cups to, teaspoons to cups and stuff like that. Like, it was just a bunch of different stuff that it had in there. And note sections in the front, note sections in the back. Like, I was totally impressed. Totally impressed. And here's where all the pages were stuck down. And I wish I would have opened that before I brought it home, because I would have got one that wasn't glued down like that. That's where I ripped it right there. But it just had so many different things in there that was, valuable information. Right there, the old-fashioned, we keep everything in our phones now. But if you ever get into your phone, or can't get into your phone, you've locked yourself out of your phone and you need a number, well, there you go. You can just pull your little handy-dandy book out of your purse and you've got a few of your most important numbers written down. So to me, that was like a super good deal. Now we're going to go over to the Dollar General. There's only a couple of things left in the video. The video's almost over. Finally found some tea towels, flour sacks, whatever you want to call it. They're calling it flour sacks, tea towel. These things are humongous, and they were $1 or $2, I think, at Dollar General. And I finally found some of these little tags. I did get some of the ones that were made out of wood and some of the ones that were made out of the craft paper. But the wood ones I'm going to be using because I'm going to be making me some of those little things with the beads. I still haven't remembered the name of those things, y'all. Still haven't remembered it. But the craft tags had like 20 of them in there. And then I want to say the wooden ones had like 8 a piece in them. So I ended up getting 2 of those. But those came from Dollar General. And those were, I want to say, $1 a pack. So not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. And I haven't been able to find these tags in wood at the Dollar Tree yet. I have seen where a few other people have found them. Now I did find the ones that had the chalkboard on the front of it that were made out of wood, but not just these right here that you can make those little string things and put this at the end of it with the little saying. So I was tickled to find those. This was the only 2 packs that they had, and I was greedy and bought both packs. So don't hold it against me. But that is all I have for you. And again, thank you for coming back. I'm so sorry I've been MIA. This COVID is no joke. I mean, we have been so stinking sick. It's been almost 2 weeks. And I still get real winded whenever I get up and am walking around and different things. So keep us in your prayers. We are getting better. We have beat it for the most part. But I hope to be giving you another video next week. I can't promise it'll be on Monday because every time I think I'm feeling better, I start feeling worse again. But keep us in your prayers. Thank you for coming. If you're not a subscriber, I would love, love, love it. I'm usually not this blah, gloom and doom and everything. But go back and watch a few of my other videos and see how you like it. Consider subscribing and becoming part of my little family. You guys stay safe. Wear your mask. Stop with all this nonsense about it, somebody trying to control you. We've had so many family members that have died from this mess, and even when we got it a couple of weeks ago, like I was doing all the right things. I was wearing masks. I was, using gloves for certain things, hand sanitizer out the yin yang, and still ended up catching it. But, if you can protect yourself in some extra way, do it. But for now, God bless you. Thank you for coming. And y'all know I love you.